Well, if you got outside today, you probably noticed it was pretty hot. The warm-up continues later in the week as well. When can we expect this cool down, though? Meteorologist Markina Brown has more in our next weather forecast. Markina.
Hey there. So the real cool down won't happen, Pat, until we head towards the end of the week, into the weekend and next work week. We saw an itty-bitty one earlier today for some of us as this area of low pressure affected and kind of went through parts of the Pacific Northwest. So we were kind of on the back end of that. So with that, we got a little bit of short-term cooling today, but more noticeable cooling again will happen later on. By the way, you can take a look at the 7-day forecast nearest you at the bottom of your screen. Take a look at what we are doing temperature-wise, though. In the meantime, we've got numbers right now that are still on the warm side. The folks in Lancaster, Santa Clarita Valley in the 80s. We've got 70s right now for places like Simi Valley, taking to parts of the Inland Empire. You see lots of 80s there. Again, some of us are slightly cooler. Some of us are pretty much on par with where we were temperature-wise 24 hours ago. But know that we have a heat advisory that's in effect. It starts as we get into Wednesday and goes through Thursday. This is for the IE. We could see temperatures as hot as between 95 and 99 degrees as we get into those 2 days. They're going to be the hottest days of the next 7 ahead, too. So watch out for that. It is because we have an area of high pressure building in as we get into those days. So again, expect really unseasonably hot conditions as we get into specifically Wednesday and Thursday. Even as we get into tomorrow, though, temperatures will be above average. If you're wondering if with the heat you should expect the humidity, and the answer is no. It's going to be very dry on the outside with that area of high pressure. So the dew point is showing that all humidity levels and dew point levels will be on the lower side. Still watching out for the possibility of some low clouds and fog during the late morning and early morning hours, late night and early morning hours, I should say, even as we get into Wednesday. And that will be the story to at least start the days. And then by afternoon, we will all break out into beautiful sunshine and end up with some gorgeous afternoons. So as we get into tomorrow, expect temperatures to top out in the low 80s for LA and Orange County. You are in the upper 80s as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. As I said, those couple of days will probably be the hottest of the 7 days for most of us. Then as we get into the end of the week and into the weekend, you start to see that change that I talked about. That is when some of the cooler air will come in. We take you to the valleys and we see 93 degrees for you tomorrow. Temperatures will hold on into the 90s as we get into Wednesday, but jump up into the upper 90s. Then we're looking at possibly triple digits as we get into Thursday for those folks, and a nice cooling period happening as we get into the weekend. Same thing happening for the IE, meaning cooling as we get into the weekend. You're going to be in the mid to upper 90s for Wednesday and Thursday, but we're talking 70s by the weekend. That's a look at the forecast. Pat, we'll send it back to you.
Driving in Southern California can be, well, you know, slow.
KCAL traffic keeps you moving.
With the where, when, and which way to go.
Be prepared for now and what's next. Next traffic on KCAL News.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.